Hi everybody, and welcome back to my January update video. I've got a lot of things to show you, but before I start all that, I just want to say a huge thank you to the overwhelming response to my last two videos. I have finally got back to answering all of you. It took me a while, but I just wanted to again say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your beautiful comments. You're all very kind. Thank you to those of you that have stuck around all this time in the hope that I would come back, which I was always going to. I was never planning on leaving, to be honest, but now I'm back, and I really appreciate those of you that have stuck around, and those of you that are new as well. Welcome. Thank you so much. I can't do any of this without you all, and your support has been greatly appreciated. Okay, so what have I got to show you today? I have got 2 new starts, not 3 that was planned. I have 3 WIPs, not 4 that was planned. An old WIP that resurfaced, which was became a finish for this month, and a new start, which is a new start that you haven't heard about. And why has everything changed? You know, we're only 1 month in and I'm already changing my plans. Well, COVID happened to me, unfortunately. Managed nearly 3 years without catching COVID. Finally caught up with me, so had that and didn't really want to stitch some things and stitch some other things instead. So we'll go through that. So let's start. I've got everything written down off to the side, so I'm going to be looking away from time to time, so please excuse me for doing that. I have a really bad memory. All right, so new start number 1 was Sleigh Ride at Dusk, and you did see 1 day of stitching on my last video. So this is where we're up to. This one, I'll put in a picture of the finished design to the left or the right. We'll see where it ends up. So this is the Dimensions Gold Collection kit, and it's called Sleigh Ride at Dusk, and it will be a Christmas stocking. So last time you saw this one, I'll put in a picture of that as well. I was working on the chapel. So this is 6 days stitching total. So I've now finished the chapel, done a bit of the clouds behind, and then I finished the house as well, and some of the surrounding snow. Really love this design. So this is a 16 count grey. It's almost like a light blue though, really. Aida that came with the kit, and I'm also obviously using the kit threads because they don't give a DMC equivalent. You could probably search it, I guess. But so far everything's working fine for me, not having any issues with the threads. Really enjoying it. Now this is my first stocking kit, not my first Dimensions Gold. I've done a Dimensions Gold before, so I'm very familiar with them, but this is my first stocking kit, and it will not be my last. I'm loving this. I love their designs. They're gorgeous, so I'm looking forward to making more of these. And I started a very small start on the Christmas tree, so you can see the star there. That's the top of the Christmas tree. So whether I continue on with that in February or fill in this section first or come over here, I don't know. I'll wait and see what I feel like doing at the time. So if you're not familiar with these, they are a blend of full crosses and half stitches, and they also use different amounts of threads, and that's what gives that beautiful shading. So there's quite a lot of half stitches, but some half stitches are 4 threads, some half stitches are 2 threads, some are 3, and they're a blend of 2 colors. So yeah, it's very well thought out, and that's how you get that beautiful shading. So very nice, love that. Okay, so that's new start number 1. New start number 2, which I did speak about last time, but you haven't seen it. And this is a picture of the finished design here. It's Jacobean. I think I pronounced it Jacobian last time, which is wrong. Jacobian Carnation Biscornu by Stitchery. I didn't write it down. Stitchery and something on Etsy. I'll have all the information down below the video for you. And this is what I have done so far. So this is done on 28 count dark cobblestone Lugana. I have used the DMC, which is what was called for on the chart. And I've done this beautiful centerpiece here. All the blue has been done. I have finished the small flowers here, and now I'm working on the big flowers. Once that's done, there is some back stitching. There's green back stitching, and then there's the bees, and that will be the front done, and then I'll be able to work on the back. So this is my travel piece for Tuesdays when I go visit my granddaughter. I only get a couple of hours to work on this each week. So this is 3 days. 3 days of stitching for me. I actually worked on, this was my first COVID piece. I didn't do any stitching for 2 days with COVID. On the third day, I was bored and wanted to do something, so I pulled this out. So this worked well for that. And I think that's all I've got to say on that one. Okay, next, my next new start was going to be the Hydrangea piece. There's a little bit to go into with that one. So I asked you guys if you knew what it was called. Quite a few of you commented. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. I couldn't find it anywhere. So apparently it's a retired anchor design. That made me really sad. So I don't feel right that I've bought it off Etsy, and obviously it wasn't meant to be sold by that person. Completely illegal. I got some advice regarding copyright rules and laws, and it was suggested to me that since I've purchased it, you know, it was done in good faith, I might as well go ahead and stitch it, but don't show it on any social media, because all it does is help that seller get more sales, and illegally so. That didn't sit well with me. I totally believe in supporting our fantastic designers out there, and I don't want to be stitching something that is not giving credit to the proper designer. So until this design is re-released, and I really hope one day it does. I know, is it Tia Governor? I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. She has some beautiful hydrangea designs, but I just didn't like them as much as that one. So anyway, I've decided not to stitch that one. I've removed it all, and I have swapped it out for something else. Something else that's equally as colourful. It won't be on black, but we will get to that, because that will be my new WIP for. So as I go through my weekly WIPs, I will show you what that new start will be. So unfortunately, you won't be seeing the hydrangea. Next is, so that's it for my new starts. So it was supposed to be 3, there was only 2, but that's okay. Next is my week 1 WIP, which is Up On The Rooftop. Now, a few of you have asked about this one. Even though it's no longer being sold on Tilton Crafts website, thank you to the wonderful people that responded as well to let me know that there is a website called Artecy. I'll put details down below. So if you go to the Artecy Shop, you can actually purchase this design. They call it Christmas House. There are 3 Christmas house designs on their website, and I was very excited because I want to do all 3 now. So this one is called Christmas House 1, if anyone's interested in wanting this exact one. There's another one, which I think is the same house, but Santa's on the ground. And then there's another one where it's a different looking house. And I love them all. So we'll see. We'll see if one day I get to stitch all of them. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out, when my Tilton Crafts for Up On The Rooftop, when I ordered it, it was a paper pattern. So I've got it all in printed form. So of course, I thought I'll put it on Pattern Keeper. That way I've got it digital. It hasn't worked out. I have scanned this thing probably 6 times into Pattern Keeper. I've had to manually adjust the grids 6 times, 28 pages, mind you. We're talking a lot of time spent trying to get this on Pattern Keeper. Finally got all the grids on each time. It still doesn't recognize the symbols. So got some of the symbols to read, others just won't read at all. And it's just a mess. So what I've resorted to doing is taking a photo of one page and just working off that photo. The downside of that is I can't search the symbol, which is the awesome thing about Pattern Keeper. As you know, those of you that use Pattern Keeper all know, that ability to just search that symbol and then stitch it wherever it is on that page is a godsend. I can't do that. So I'm just having to go a little bit slower on this one than what I like, but that's the only way I can do it. So when I saw that Artecy Shop had it and they had it in digital format, I was, oh, fantastic. I'll just buy it again. It's like 20 bucks. I don't care. That will save me so much time, and I'll put that on Pattern Keeper. Be fine. I can't, because it's been charted differently. It's the same designer, everything, but obviously these companies do their own form of charting, and it works out to hundreds, just under 100 stitches difference in width and height. And I can't remember whether it was 100 stitches less or more. But either way, that's a lot of stitches to be different. So because I'd already, if I hadn't started it, I definitely would have done it. But because I'd already started it, I wasn't willing to take the chance and sift through what I had done and whether it matches. Nah, not for me. So if anyone wants to do this design, I recommend going to Artecy, getting it from there, doing it digital, uploading it to Pattern Keeper. Hopefully you won't have any problems. I know Pattern Keeper isn't consistent with every designer, but fingers crossed you won't have any issues like I've had. That's the only downside of it, but I still love, love, love this piece. Anyway, I'm raving on about it, so let me show you. This is done on 18 count white Aida, diagonal parking 2/1, and this is what I have done. So last time you saw this, I think I had just done like this, started here and just done this much. So now I've done the chimney, done the moon, done some more stars, and a little bit of another snow-covered tree there. I love this. I think I love this even more than my fairy. I don't know. They're very close. I love them both. When I say fairy, I mean my unicorn fairy, you know, the big one. This one isn't going to be as big. Look, you can see, right, still, you know, decent size. Not going to be as big as that one. So this is, I worked on this one, not just my week 1, but also my week 2. So with the COVID, I was supposed to work on Roses of Provence, the design for my mum, in week 2. There was no way COVID brain was going to allow me to get that out and concentrate on that. I thought about it, I looked at it, and hell no, it's not happening. I'm going to stuff it up. I don't feel well enough to do that. I need something that's a no-brainer. And for me, parking is a no-brainer. So this came out for week 1 and 2. So I got a total of 4,566 stitches done in January. So I'm really happy with that. It's just over 6% done. I'm really looking forward to Santa when he comes up here. I want to see how much he stands out. It's quite dark on my pattern, so we'll see. Yeah, so that's it for that one. So this one really helped me get over COVID. Didn't want to do anything else. I did the Biscornu, as I said, and then this for a couple of days, and then I ended up going back to work by day 7 and had to wear a mask for a week. So that's that. All right, week 3 is my big one. It's over there, still on my frame, so I'm going to leave it on the frame for now. It has to come off because I'm going to be stitching rooftop, Up on the Rooftop tonight. I really should start calling that Christmas House because you guys can't buy it as Up on the Rooftop. I'll refer to it as both. All right, so I'll put a picture of how this looked last time you saw it. And this is where we're up to. So scrolling across. I really want to get the end of the row done, and I didn't get there. That's okay. There's not much to go. So just working on the forest, these beautiful teals. Love those teals. What did I get done on this one? I got 2,654 stitches done in January, and it's 57.9% done. So I'm really happy with that. And it will be good to move the scroll and do a whole new section, and the mouth should be next on the next layer. Should be really good. All right, that's it for that one. Just excuse me while I pop that back for a moment. Okay, so obviously my week 4, as I explained just before, was supposed to be my new start, the hydrangeas, and to rethink all that and decided I'm just going to start something new. I'll get into that new start in a moment. So instead of that, I needed to do something that week. And I was having a look through my old WIPs and thought, well, maybe I'll just see if I can get something out and finish it. Get it off the list. So, I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, I'm back. So this one is a Waxing Moon Designs. And, oh, there's the top there, number 124. The gentle art of the stitcher quiets the mind and mends the soul. So I started this one in 2016 when my whole life changed and my soul needed some mending, basically. So that's when this one was started, and it hasn't been picked up for a very long time, and I can't find an image other than a YouTube video, but I can't find a photographic image of what it looked like last time. I might have taken a photo. I did take a photo before I started stitching this, so I'll pop that in up here. And this one is now my first finish for 2023. So this one has been stitched on 28 count Silk Weaver Merino. I don't know the colour, but it's a mottled blend of blues and purples. This was gifted to me by Colburn, otherwise known as Bonnie. Thank you again, Bonnie. Bonnie gifted me a large amount of things back many years ago, including some beautiful fabrics, and I was so happy to use this fabric for this design. This has to be the softest fabric I have ever stitched on in my life. It is beautiful. I need to look at getting some more of this. It is so lovely. So this was stitched 2/1, was swapped out for all DMC. So the actual chart, I can show you the back here. They suggest gentle art sampler threads, and they have DMC alternatives. So I didn't have those colours. I think I might have had a couple, but I wanted, as usual, I'm impatient, and when I want to start something, I want to start it now. So I decided just to do it all in DMC. So I'm really happy with it. And I really like the lace work. I had an issue the other night where I went to stitch on it and realised it was the lace work on the bottom, that I was 1 stitch off. So I had to frog about 150 stitches. So that was fun. And I changed the hair. So again, sorry, this is the pattern. She's got brown hair. I used to have brown hair. I'm now blonde. So I changed it to blonde, and it was late one night and I decided, oh look, I pulled out my DMC booklet of, I can't remember what it's called, but it's got all the little palettes of all the colours. And I was like, oh yeah, that's close enough to my hair colour, I'll do that. And I stitched it, and it was really, really yellow. And I decided, as soon as I'd finished it, I decided I didn't like it. So I found the best website, guys. The best website. Many of you probably already know about this website. For those of you who don't, you're going to love this. It is called lordlebeden.com. I'll put details down below and along here right now. They have the best if you want to change hair colors from a pattern to, say it's brown like my pattern was, and you want to change it to blonde, they've got all the colors that you need, including shadowing and highlights. They've done all the hard work. You just, and I found it straight away. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the color I want. So that's the color I ended up with. And it's not all bright yellow. It's really, really lovely looking. This website also has a link for skin tones. So if you want to change the skin tone, if it's showing a white lady and you want to have dark skin, or dark lady you want to have white skin, or whatever, they've got everything on there to help you with that. As well as that, I started browsing. I haven't clicked on anything else yet, but there is so much information on this website. Everything from beginners to advanced stitchers. Do yourself a favor, go and have a look. I guarantee you'll find something to click on that you want to read about. There's everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Please let me know. And so that's it for that one. And okay, my planned new start, my week 4, excuse me. I'm gonna show you a picture. Now, you guys have all heard, I'm sure, I'm late to the party, right? I haven't done any videos for 6 years. I have to play catch up now with you all, with all the designers that you've all been stitching that I haven't heard of, and having lots of fun, spending lots of money. So this design I discovered through Instagram, Shannon Christine Designs. So you're all going to go, oh yeah, we know her. I've stitched her. Beautiful. Looked at her work. I found this and I'm going to stitch this for my granddaughter. And it's called Fairy Houses. And I just love it. So I figured it tied in well with my unicorn and fairy. It's the same theme. And, well, my fairy's got to have somewhere to live. So what better way than to have all these little houses? And I think Hazel's going to love it. So I had a small piece. I found the perfect colour fabric. I had a small piece, discovered it wasn't big enough, so I had to wait for the fabric to arrive, and it arrived today. So this is a 28 count Jacobean in Water Lily. And I think there's pretty close colour. So it's a pale sage green and it needs a packet of seed beads there. So 02011, which is nice gold. And these are the colours required to do all those little houses. And I can't wait. And look, I can't guarantee that I'm going to wait till week 4 to start this, because I'm really excited and I want to start it now. So we'll see how good my willpower is. But I think Hazel is going to adore that. And if she doesn't, it's going to hang in my room. So one of us will be happy. All right. I think that's everything for today. If you have any questions about anything I've shown, please leave a comment below. Thank you again for all your wonderful support. Old subscribers, new subscribers, everyone. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. And look forward to seeing your videos and your comments. Have a wonderful end of month. Have a wonderful February, and I'll see you at the end of February, if not before. I've got some other videos planned, but we'll see how we go for time. Okay, bye for now.